You are watching Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
Viewers, good morning and welcome to another edition of the Breakfast Show, where they come to you every day from Monday to Friday from Liberty Online Television. With a stream na Facebook, YouTube, and also na we website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. We where they bring this program come to you this morning, Mina Khadija Bangura.
And Mina Mebel Kaba, good morning. Today is Tuesday, the 26th day of November 2024. Inside this edition of the Breakfast Show today, we can look at the energy sector. Also, we go look at recent reform them we don't happen at this sector, whether in the effort minimize the blackout where people get, especially in the capital city. Now that's what they discussed today inside this edition of the Breakfast Show. And members, so yourself when they watch the program can send me a message to the number +232 74 200 545, or you drop them in the comment section at the different platform them. Also, you get Liberty Online TV this morning.
Well, this and other story them then at the program for you this morning. And if you do watch, we don't forget to say yourself for add your voice to the conversation. Send me your comments, your thoughts about the topic through the comment section. Now, any of the platform there where you watch with this morning. And if now you first time for watch with YouTube channel, we kindly ask you for follow the channel, press your subscription button, and you look now your left hand side or the right hand side of the device and press the small bell where they see that are the post notification bell, so that anytime we come online you will get notified say Liberty Online TV don't count. If na Facebook you watch we not follow we page it, kindly follow the Facebook page and also put your post notification bell on, and also share, comment and like all we post them when they come out from Liberty Online TV. Now you're way down there for support the platform for continue for grow. If you like remember, on the 1st of November we will launch with anniversary project Usai Liberty Online TV turn 1 year, and we be ask kuna say una support this platform so that we will continue for bring cantona. We unbiased stories them on different topics them more don't bring camp. Well, we kindly ask kuna continue for support. We send we you small contribution through Orange Money na the number where they see the display na the screen. If you didn't at the diaspora, you want for support Liberty Online TV, you can send your donation to Mebel Kaba through any international monetary transfer. And this Friday na the grand finale of the celebration as we get with dinner and dance. Now the Freetown City Council building at the lobby of Freetown City Council building. And if you don't get your ticket yet, tomorrow na the last day for buy tickets, we encourage you for come now with 33 Battle Street office and grab your ticket so that you go there part of the dinner and dance on Friday for celebrate 1 year of overcoming the challenges, 1 year of being free, fearless and inclusive. We continue with the Breakfast Show.
All right, we will continue with the show and we will go first now Parliament. Also, members of Parliament have been agreed for one agreement we get for do with electricity business na Lungi. Well, for let we know more about this, let we join Al Hassan Kuruma after we the member of Parliament been signed this agreement. He put this report together.
This being term, the Deputy Minister of Energy, Advocacy, don't lay the agreement paper where the power purchase agreement between the Minister of Energy and the Minister of Finance and EDSA for improve on electricity supply na Lunge and Waterloo on solar mini grid for the two region them we been done they suffer for electricity over the years. The Deputy Minister of Energy, Alpha CC, where be they read the power purchase agreement paper. It says 65 megawatts power plant na Lunge will help improve electricity supply na Lunge and
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
All right, welcome back to the Waji Breakfast on Liberty Online TV. We will bring that report on later in the program. We continue with the program and look at other issues now. Also, yesterday the world will begin for mark the 16 days of activism when at same way country can use for advocate issues and we get for do with woman and girl picking them, especially issues them where they unbog them. Well, as this 16 days of activism also be begin, plenty people raise concern, but the issue them where the mona woman and girl picking them na salon and one pan organization I get for do it FGM way then they talk say some people and they way they support let picking and they go through FGM where they organize support against this particular practice. May I to Sheriff look inside this and put this report together.
November 25 to December 10 every year. Now, day when the Center for Women Global Leadership been put aside on 16 days activism for advocate on violence against women and girl picking them all over the world. And at time where different activists them can use media platform them for discuss on different bad things them, whether they ambog women and girl picking them na the world. And the theme for this year 16 days of activism now unites to end violence against women and girls. This make Liberty Online TV with support from Irish Aid. Monday, November 25, when at the start of the 16 days of activism, they start for get discussion on issues where they ambog woman and girl picking them na salon. And they start with the female genital mutilation, FGM, where people can call Bondo Society for noting this practice mean to woman and girl picking them. Anita Koroma, and the Executive Director for Girl Child Network Sierra Leone. Inside this discussion, it been talk about the bad thing them where FGM they cause na woman and girl picking their life.
Differences go to Aberdeen Women Hospital. Let's see the amount of fistula and what they cause them. Because they don't go lock inside the baby for pass. We check when they check, then they help them. Now then they check the piece bag and the toilet bag. Because we're not there. For someone lucky, if you meet experienced doctor, then they do cesarean. But if they left you, I don't do interviews with story them. I don't do sub attendants. I said, you will not tell me, the one way go with the one way go without the born quick. I said, the one way no go. Truly. May see I go check na the internet. May see the medical. May see the evidence. We na FAB, Dr. We don't do a lot of research on the impact, on the effects, the stories that will come. See I go online, go check on us. We know they talk about the other countries and go to Mauritania, go to other countries where we don't work together. Go there, go check on the internet.
Dr. Fumbai Sianyoko Amadou, now the spokeswoman for the National Survey Council, and it get different opinion on FGM. Also, he say, and also this practice as still way bad for women and girl picking them.
The issue, I just come inside where I listened to my co-panelist. Sorry, they talk about FGM. Again, for me, FGM terminology we completely reject. Of course, anybody don't go through something, we don't feel say a mutilation, we don't feel say somebody disfigure them or somehow, the person dysfunctional sexually. Now, in experience, I mean, I go ever deny anybody in personal experience. But the fact of the matter is, for the vast majority of women, we don't go through Bondo inside Sierra Leone. The vast majority have a positive experience. Now, it make Comrade not get any problem for taking them, picking them, for go and join them inside Bondo. So we don't consider Bondo a violence against women and girls.
Madam Anita Kuruma been talk about how the female genital mutilation Bondo been make it end up get too miscarried.
Me, I'm a survival of it. I know what I don't go through every day. I tell people them. For me, I end up with one picking. Now, quite recently, I do a major operation because of cyst, and that one they begin at age 30. Why I don't commodity? Then facing appendix natty. Then will be detected now. See, I lost 2 pregnancy. It's only God now in the help me one picking before that. From more than final saying an assist, it's from FGM. I don't care what you think about it. Because of my personal experience, I will share a menu picking undergo am.
This be make Dr. Fumbai been show how the Bondo society process can happen.
This cut, you dey put the roots. They say it in such a way that how, woman go Bondo or whatever, we're supposed to feel some kind of way, or we're supposed to somehow, it's, kind of body shaming, we're supposed to feel some kind of ways about that. So part of what we do as an organization is to dispel all myths, these FGM propaganda myths about what is being caught in the impact. I don't bring a model where I use this for teaching and for my lectures. This is the actual size of a full clitoris. So the anatomy is similar to a penis. In fact, when the child is in utero, when the baby is in utero and forming, there is no distinction between the male organ and the female organ. This is it. It is the size of a small penis, right? Most of this clitoral organ is subcutaneous, meaning it is within the body. You don't see it. Okay, we all know Mandem, and she, Madame Koroma says that we shouldn't be shy about this. We should, say what it is. Let's say what it is. This is the clitoris. It's a small penis. Most of it is subcutaneous. It is within the body. The part that is visible is the tiny glands here, right? The tiny glands and foreskin. The same anatomy that a man has that covers his penis. It is the glands and the foreskin is here. That is the visible, or for many women, it is invisible. So what is removed in our procedure, right? I told you they do it here also in the US, is this tiny visible glands, part of the glands, and the foreskin. Let's talk about the foreskin. So all of this you don't see. The clitoris remains intact, right? Inside of the body. You cannot root it out. If you root it out, you kill the girl or you kill the woman. So there is no way to remove this penis from a woman. It is inside. What is removed is the tip of it and the foreskin that surrounds it, and the labia minora.
As the 16 days of activism they continue, Liberty Online TV will continue for bring to una discussion on them where they ambog woman and girl picking them na the country. For Liberty Online TV, me na Mariatu Sheriff.
We they continue with the breakfast show, and today, as we tell you now, they look at the Electricity Distribution Supply Authority (EDSA), and as we now know, people don't raise concern, but EDSA, especially where it comes to electricity distribution, and one of the people them where don't raise them concern there, so now a pro-democracy advocate, and today in the studio we they can talk to Augustine Soyisembe Mara. We don't write different articles them about EDSA, and also we get Sanepo when the Communications Manager for the Electricity Distribution Authority, EDSA. Good morning, Nepo, and welcome to the Breakfast Show.
Good morning, and thanks for having me.
All right, before we can look at the issues them around EDSA, and we don't see right up from a pro-democracy advocate, just like I say, they don't put EDSA under the fire for certain things them way it feels say as a citizen, we not they provide adequately. Just give we quickly a general update, but waiting make outage don't begin day back, especially in Freetown.
Thank you very much. Well, I think we only get previous discussion at particular times. When it comes to outages, we don't always talk, say, we network the situation we are in. We not probably say we will give 4 hours electricity. That is sacrosanct. We know the move away from that. And there are reasons why we say that one. We don't always talk, say, obviously, previously we say we get a network, we require upgrade, we require expansion, we require construction. And I will tell you for fact, say, and you said we don't witness of say, where they pass along the streets of Freetown, we don't see a lot of folk going on the way from EDSA. We don't erect more towers, we don't install more poles, we don't put more transformers in communities, we don't change lots of the infrastructures around. And I work ongoing, we get ESOP projects, we get ESOP additional finance project ongoing. We got a project, even internally as EDSA, we own project and we will venture in the joint venture, we say we install then things that we require from communities for ensure they get access to electricity. So I can also say we get 2 different types of outages. We get a total outage and we get a partial outage. I will give the partial outage. Partial outage can happen within communities. For instance, if you didn't at this, if you did the Golden Battle Street, there's a transformer where Battle Street is feed for. So if we experience, the last transformer experience surge, if you experience bank hole, if you experience hot wires, if you experience blown off fuse, it's evidence for say because of the returns, because of the action that particular feeder will go off the grid. Till we come back, except for the PR reports, then we will come on with the community. That it happened right around. But yesterday I see somebody post a vehicle where we bang one of the poles on a black road. That's just one of the examples where it was good and follow exact where we go watch them. Even though we don't see them, and it was part of our daily update because now we update the public daily for ensure so they know the areas and we have got not just within Freetown but even not with all of the operational areas. So it was there. We managed to go to the here for resolve. So that's partial outage. Then we not really get control because most of the pass into the driver. I mean, wind will blow, we get cut wire, corrosion happen, fuses will burn. Then what is important is how responsive we are for ensure as and when they happen, we readily available for go and resolve them. We get another outage we call total outage. That is the situation we are in. The whole grid will go off. For instance, I've been always talking, we get the transmission line with this band, because we get connectivity even from my vehicles, Telecam, Tiloma, Telecam, Kenema, the other one the Traverse Go, the other one the Intersect Kenema, Telecam, Muna, Cam Freetown. So just think of this band of transmission line we get. So then team are working to go on that the village to me. Other things that happen, farming activities. I mean, people can burn their farms. Also, we can experience cut wires, wind can blow. So those are things that are beyond our control. They're bound to happen. As I say, all of the stations here, we get staff there. Not just, for instance, we partner with CLSG. If you go now to Tiloma, not just extra staff in the, but you get CLSG, Ivory Coast staff in the, you get EDTC staff in the, then you get extra staff in the. All the other stations we partner with other people, we get staff in the. Why we get staff in there? Because we know see so then it glitches, then technical glitches and they're bound for happening. Right. Beyond control. But if we get readily available staff then, we operate them to before they call. They can able to quickly go and resolve them.
All right, they come back to each now.
They can call headquarters and we will
We'll come back to it shortly. Viewers, in case you just tune in, you watch the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV, with the stream on Facebook, YouTube, and also on our website where they powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Earlier, I tell us today, we discussion will be on the Electricity Distribution Authority when EDSA as cities in them, especially in Freetown, don't they get challenged with the kind of electricity they distribute. And at the studio this morning, one for welcome a pro-democracy activist and also a lawyer, we now Augustine Sorisembe Mara Esquire. Good morning, Mr. Mara.
Good morning.
And if you don't follow the conversation so far, Mr. Mara, now one party lawyer them, especially when they come out na social media for call out EDSA, especially on the kind of light we and they distribute. And if you don't follow the conversation, this BNTM, he write an article where he say ponder on light in new direction in blackout and low voltage. But we can't talk about that in a short while, but I'll just take this quick break.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what's in that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time we for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, na for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them. As way for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV, 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what's in that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time we for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
Alright, we continue with the breakfast show, and members who serve the watch the program can send you message in case you get any question for us to EDSA. Maybe area also you get challenged them, you get opportunity this morning at this edition of the breakfast show for ask you question, make you comments on issues them we get for do with electricity. As now that's what they look at inside this edition of the breakfast show. Earlier we began hearing from Sanepo, we begin talk about how EDSA don't they do for let they ensure say people they get electricity. When they come over to the pro-democracy activist when Augustine Sorisembe Mara, if I don't follow the social media, this BNTM using social media handles them. Also, he writes a very long piece, but issues them when believe say don't they happen with salon electricity from back in the days to now, and he compare how it don't they happen according to them, not to just this government, previous government they said don't they make strides them, but still challenges in the body electricity business in the country. But let we just come firstly, Mr. Mara, let viewers and just know waiting catch your attention where you talk about the issue we get for do with electricity. We all know say national issues and the way you can put multiple use your social media handles and raise concerns them where at times some can be hard to and some can just go, but for posterity's sake you can do right. This particular one we get for do with the light, waiting attract you to her.
Mabel, thank you very much. I think it's an interesting conversation we get. But more importantly for me, some of them things here they talk about them not just because they are social issues, but because they're right. And I can always tell people so waiting government they provide the services that they provide, not to favor them they do it. Now we constitutional rights for them provide them basics of society. And electricity not for be a luxury. I mean, if we all only follow, and quite recently during the rains, we see how the electricity situation don't really deteriorate. And they say this because obviously I run a business, not just run a business, also I get hosts at tap. For several weeks sometimes, lights they come, not able to put on anything. And for goodness sake, the social contract where citizens then get with EDSA, now such that they buy you prepaid meter with the assurance, say, once you get a prepaid meter, lights for come. So if EDSA not able to give you lights, let me go back to postpaid. Let me go back to postpaid. We know now say why don't user go pay? Because once you get prepaid, if you buy like when you get your mobile phone, don't any of the telecoms and shuts down, you go be agitated because according to you, you don't already fulfill your own parts of the bargain. You don't buy your credits. Why then forget downtime? So similarly, now then Tia thinks so for able come after EDSA and say, look up, you're not doing us a favor. We don't buy credits, then we prepaid meter. Whether then assurance say anytime I buy credits, I put on a prepaid, me lights for come on. So these excuses then for tap now. We get other countries there where they make them phenomenally. We get the same hand, we get the same aid, we get the same food. But excuses upon excuses we get from EDSA. And the fact of the matter is, if you go around at the CBD, most offices during the day when a production time shuts down because of electricity. And meanwhile, it's so ridiculous that you get units that you meter, you don't get light. So now some of the issues here, you know, this behind them and say, look up, we need for spotlights the issues here. And not say they get professionals in EDSA. I get respect for the people where they lead. But beyond the respect, we need results. All side wind the blown at this wall. All side farming activities, California almost always they get fire. But they never ever complain, they get complete shuts down. We can understand if fire happen, lights go 1 hour and fix them. I studied in Pretoria, for example. 1 only and a 110 lights go. Before, as soon as lights go, they inform me. Don't they tell me when lights will be restored? Less than an hour. But these are not angels treading on earth. These are human beings, for goodness sake. And if you look at some of the conditions of service and what have you, go see some big man go carry huge salary, go home. But meanwhile, they are not doing their jobs. So it's about time, just one line, it's about time we really took on these public utilities. Let them perform their role. You can have money, you turn on your electricity, you're able to put on your microwave, fridge, you know, they come on, etc., etc. So the social contract is being broken by these public utilities, and it's about time we call them out specifically.
Now, your article where you try to ponder on light, a new direction in blackout and low voltage, one of the things that where you highlight the Bumbuna Hydro, where this, it don't sound like a broken record. Every rainy season, would they say the hydro dam they count, but this rainy season, now one way it not totally work effectively. We've been get the director of communications now during that way blackouts been passed mark, and rainy season be there. It's saying that because of human activities, where they don't do na the dam, make better water not be the flow na the dam. And your article will go as far as saying the Bumbuna Hydro projects now one way politicians they don't use as a playbook. The hydro project na realistic one, or na the excuse where EDSA been give say na human activities damage the dam will make better water not be the can again?
I think it's an interesting question, because I think recently, I don't know, maybe I'm not being here incorrectly, but a member said Dr. Yumkela is quoted to have said that Salongo needs several $1 billion for address the electricity crisis. Right? We mean say if you put all that money there, Pambumuna, we not go solve with the electricity crisis. I think say that figure is a little inflated. And we get to expect MCC funds less than $1 billion. If this man they say we need several, I mean, I think he said about $33 billion. We'd expect less than $1 billion, right? So what the politicians they do all the time now for write them beautiful speeches, new direction, people's manifesto, one after the other. And promise, and then I quoted the New Direction manifesto, where they say then they restore electricity. They not they say then they try, as Mr. Nepobini say, they not say then they try, then say then they restore now all the major cities across the country. In 2018, leading to the elections. Now 6 years into governance. So we cannot now they repeat the same excuses, you know, all the time. I understand the limitations with Bumbuna, But we cannot hinge all we electricity concerns and solution on Bumbuna, because quite clearly Bumbuna no seem forthcoming. And if we say we need several billions of dollars, let me look at other energy possibilities
so
now.
What do you make up of the alternative to Bumbuna? Because there's the car power ship, and if you look at the New Direction manifesto, it now one down the way. This government, it's only been in opposition and criticize the government in power, so they spend lots of money on car power ship and not to alternative.
Yes.
Where they assume power, then continue the car power ship, and when they say then they go back and forth with payments. So the car power ship now a proper alternative to Bumbuna.
No. So I think the original intention, even under APC, now the fact that car power ship was going to be a quick fix. Say we just want, and usually politicians towards election and they scramble for ideas. Instead of being cow power, let we can ensure say we give them light and then vote for we. Unfortunately, I mean Sierra Leoneans they see through politicians. I have said this. So the APC can with the all and cow power ship, we voted them out. With the expectation say where SLPP come, you know, go return car power ship for a few months, but then you can roll out lasting solution. As we speak now, we not get a solution there. As we speak now, EDSA go complain say, oh, this distribution a crisis. The lines and the poles and all day. You talk about ESOP now. We don't wait for ESOP for many years now. We cannot continue to wait on this project in perpetuity while see people with a vote and then leaders into offices with the intention say they will roll out real solutions, not to excuses upon excuses. Because by the time this all term of office run out, we will be left with the same excuses, car power ship, and we talk about the millions that they spend. The other day, I mean, if you go back to my tweets, I mean, they compare the amount where State House they use for travel with that debts when they see them again a car power ship. You know, pull them from Budget Advocacy Network. As he say, the amount where they spend for travel almost equal to the debts where we owe car power ships. So it means we not get priorities right. Let me be frank in this country. We not get priorities right. I know there are challenges, but instead of them boku spending, you could focus on energy. Instead of all them boku launching one initiative, one movement after another, focus on one sector and do your best.
This seems for Bilek for you, is it just lip service where the politician can play, use the whole issue as politics, but not really take it as serious as this service delivery issue for being on light?
Absolutely, I agree with you. And if you look at the numbers, they will tell you, say, for example, one political party spend a lot of money on campaign. That millions of dollars could go and solve some significant aspects of EDSA. Because when you talk about all the outages, etc., you get some areas where the transformer they don't blow off, where they will tell you say we don't need 6 months, 1 year. But meanwhile, if you see the padiems, they say for goodness sake, then people are not go channel them padiems and fix one transformer in one area in a day. We have resources, but we mismanage and they misuse them.
You think EDSA constrained?
I think so. To be honest with them, I have to be honest with them. I have to be honest with them.
Tamara looked in on her side this morning. They shift the blame to government rather than una the technical expert them EDSA. Are you constrained for doing a job for supply adequate electricity to Britonians?
Thank you very much. As I be talk earlier on, we know we don't promise safe havens, and that because we obviously aware of the fact that we are faced with certain challenges. We require some financial assistance for some months there. Yes, of course, as you ask the question, I've been on the Canada station so the first time and on the outline some of the challenges. I could begin with the Bumbuna we want to just talk about. Yes, of course, there was a time we at Canada studio again. I make them very clear the issues where we get to Bumbuna during the rains. I think there was 2 or 3 weeks where we were constrained with the fact that we were not able to get the level of water at the dam for the EGV, the required output. Normally, they expect Bumbuna to give 50-55 megawatts during the raining season. So at that time, it will just give you around 35 megawatts. And based on studies, we discover, say, now because of the mining activities and environmental activities will happen very close to the dam, will then affect the dam. So, of course, the Minister of the Deputy Minister of Energy, one, within team, we'll all be good there. We take the press day, we'll get a first-hand assessment of the dam, and we'll get a report out on that one day. But immediately we'll come based on the visitation, then we get interministerial meeting. We are in, Ministry of the Environment, Ministry of Mines. Then we'll sit down together with local leaders for chart out the way. So we don't resolve now and and Bumuna the in required output from that day. So it's not a problem. And Bumuna, of course, there's another project we forget Bumuna Phase 2. We're not even there for elucidator. Yes, that project is still ongoing. Discussions are still ongoing for ensure that project become a reality. Again, the objective of that project now for ensure we able to get similar output of 50 to 55 megawatt during the dries, because we all know Bumuna in regular output during the rains, and once we don't go into the dries, we are now constrained for get power from Bumuna. It can go to 8 megawatt. We're now next to nothing. Just imagine Bumuna for supply Bumuna Township, it supply Makeni and Maburuka, then a Kamala Freetown. So we challenge with that. But also Bumuna is not just the one source of generation we get. We also get car power ship. Car power ship self the Freetown here and itself the give around. It depends. We get a contract, it can give you 50 megawatt, it can give you 25 megawatt. It depends to the season and how Bumuna output and other sources that they give you, they will require. Car power ship, especially during the rains, that will last resort. Then if we want additional, they will ask them for come on the grid. But normally during the rains, the Bumuna now we base load. So we get also Makot within the north. We also give you renewable energy. They give you some amount of megawatts we will pump na the network. If you go also for Bo, Kenema, in Kono, we get CLSG. So as my brother be the talk, yes, EDSA as a utility company, we obviously know the responsibility for ensuring we provide electricity to the populace, not just in Freetown, but even in the provinces. So we don't own up to that responsibility. Yes, of course, there are times, as I say, we can experience some technical glitches with it beyond we control. If we talk about transformers, again, one of the challenges that we'll get is that we get communities where they run what we call double lines. And what think you call them double line? Because some man they say, sometimes that line they get power past this other line. So if they go and begin tap, you talk to somebody, not to even EDSA staff, you get an electrician around, then connect them to another transformer. So you get two lines where they get line. No, I just care for say then I one big challenge because it make them very clear for say.
When challenge and they don't new.
No.
Anything you can and they talk about. Now when we look at EDSA itself, you might not agree, but it's quite clear that we not get the infrastructure for supply lights, even na Freetown here. And EDSA gets a board where they manage them. I should say, on the right reports them, make recommendation to this board where they talk directly to the government. Because all the time you did and you face the public. You know the constraint, you know the questions where the public they put to on. When I don't write genuine recommendation to governments where go make them see reason, let them prioritize the energy sector.
So I don't just know which perspective you come from for say EDSA not get infrastructure for provide electricity because no, I think the right word is that we get some challenges, but we get infrastructure because there is power. As we sit here,
the point where they talk all the time, you did at different media houses them. Explaining the same challenges that now you work like that and they pay you for as a director of communications, but with all the challenges we surround una. Now then they are based for say una not get the infrastructure.
So the fact here is we not able to overcome the challenges overnight. That is fact. This now, if you
they don't say challenges not the but if proper infrastructure, the continuous challenges not for the day.
So I can make let people themselves understand the challenges the way you care for highlight. So the fact here is we get the infrastructure as EDSA for provide electricity, and that is why we even sit here now and our EDSA power they use because we provide electricity, and because we get infrastructure for transport power, and we get power now right now as we speak. So the issue of infrastructure is not a problem. Of course, over time, there is a need for let we build on the infrastructure there, because just imagine 4 to 5 years ago we get like 200,000 customers. We get few customers. Check now. it don't, that particular customer base don't double. So and as time to go, it'll double. And once it double, there is a need for you to improve and also expand on the network, because we get more customers when they be connected on the grid. So and we're not oblivious of that fact day. So we now say we're not oblivious of that fact. Now we could get, they say we get planning units now EDSA, and even the ministries have get planning units. All of them issues they already highlight. I mean, we see if they need to report, if there's no board, of course we have a governance board that make you see improvement now EDSA. I mean, if you check, so I'll tell you, say, I mean, check the records are there. Before now, the statistics will tell you how much access rate be there, and now it will tell you, see, the current access rate. Before we get around 16% access, now we get over 37% access rate. There are areas at the camp, there are areas we don't ever get electricity supply. Even in the capital, Freetown, they now get power supply. That is easy. We don't increase on access rate. You go to places like Kono, now they get almost 24 hours electricity. You go to places like Bo, Kenepa, then they get electricity. Even so
where the provincial town them you they say they get electricity. Let us ask you this.
That not they tell you, say, if I explain, say, then they get electricity. That not also they tell you, say, Freetown they get electricity. Yes, I will tell you, say, Freetown they get electricity, but also we get certain areas where we constrain because of evacuation problems. What do I mean by evacuation problems? For instance, the fact here is we get one injection point on our Kintom station. So all the power will come at Freetown, all the sit-down at Kintom station, and Kintom now they send the power to the other primary substation there, now the east, now the far west, and now the CBD. So at the camp, I'll make this very clear. So also because we are challenged with the fact that when we get one evacuation point, with the constraint for send power, now the far areas. So now there's a project ongoing where they establish also other injection points, now the east and at the far west. So if we get additional 2 injection points, including the one we already existing, they give you more advantage, they give you more opportunity for us to expand and ensure we send power to all man at the same time. So also there was a time where I make it very clear for say, even the eastern they get power 1 day in, 1 day out. And the reason for that was we had challenge for evacuate power from Kintom for let all man get in the east, because eastern require around 40 to 50 to 45 megawatts. Because we for transport all them power because of the transportation and the transmission lines. So what do we do? If you go to the eastern part, you see we don't erect towers. Go to Wellington, go to Joey, go to Waterloo. We don't erect towers, and we don't also construct primary and secondary substations so that we will send bulk power na the primary substation for let them self-able for send them to the rest of the communities. So for instance, if you go Aberdeen, because the studies also don't show say Aberdeen gets a very big market and they require very large electricity. If you go by the police station Aberdeen by the roundabout, you will see say we don't construct a primary substation there. That substation they for instance Aberdeen and everyone require 10 megawatts. That's something for accommodate the 10 megawatts and supply them without no limitations. So those are some of the things we are aware of the challenges, and because we do surveys, we do inspections, we do monitoring. So there are reports to show that we are challenged in this area and this area, and we are working towards ensuring that we surmount challenges.
Now this part the public not can understand. Whenever on any TV or radio, on always say on aware say the problems in the, but how on the work and for let the different shows say on the work, that is the issue. Me na one part the journalism they tell one of the switch from NPA to EDSA. We've been repeatedly they ask, we have in prepaid meter where you get top up now you meter. You get for the get lights always, by then they answer say yes. It just like your mobile phone, if you get your top up, you always get access for make call. But up till this day, there are issues you get top up now you light, you still go without light. So waiting at this difference we don't do. So also we always EDSA what they say when they do improvements, but they tell.
So again, I can always talk say when we come na the media, not to just for say the negative things about EDSA. Because at the camp, why make I
if you open phone line right now, people go call and tell you.
Why make I say this? Where I
Say then again, so
where I this money first? Where I this money first? At the camp. Where I this money first? Where I this money first? You upload EDSA say, but EDSA be the give light to, we will enjoy light. You upload, you tell me that one day. So that they also showcase for say at the camp. That also showcase for say you don't enjoy extra facility, and because we get the infrastructure and because we get the ability for send power in the community. Yes, of course, we not denying say we don't have challenges. We get challenges, but I think what is important is, and the question where any intellectual will ask, what are the progress for ensure say we not surmount the challenges there? And I believe say. You know, social media, somebody, you see things that happen, you're a journalist, you listen news, you get information here and there. You don't see some of the stripes and what else I don't do together with the ministry for ensure say we make improvement, not just in the city, but even at the provincial areas. So Dan they tell you say we not just
political will for let people and get lights, not just do like a favor, but for somebody get.
I agree with Mr. Maya say it's not a favor. It's not a favor, not a favor to do people and forget the light. But equally so, I have a little. But equally so, because of the favor what they do to people, we also want people to say not to also favor what they do for letting they pay them light bills. You will agree with me, say many times we don't care. Many times if you're gonna CID now, Mr. Magana lawyer, you're gonna CID, you get statistics. If you're gonna court, you sometimes we don't witness as in a court where people don't appear at the camp. There's a police, of course, by promise made by His Excellency the President. So there's a political will. If you say who sits as a Minister of Energy now, is the President. So there's a political will, and I tell you, say there is massive strides now for ensure say we get things right, and we. Of course, I will tell you, see, if you do statistics, every time we say you saw a study in South Africa, right? Go and check South Africa and check the energy situation. It was in Sierra Leone. I will tell you for fact. No, I'm coming. Wait,
if you watch the
it was in Sierra Leone.
So
we are also what are the careful? So I come. No, we try for make a very clear people understand.
We follow international news, not bring a comparison with the country where you cannot even compare where you can buy electricity. Then they make a known to the citizens. Then they do load shedding.
You know the output.
Then they do load shedding, and they make a how everybody know, they inform them, say, and you see how that particular issue day, how it affects the ANC. See how Ramaphosa struggle with the elections. Don't even go there.
No, you cannot limit me from what I want to say.
No,
that's
because
my
we
opinion.
are all journalists. They follow international news.
So sometimes I have to establish something.
So not compare country.
No, you know,
with the energy
but you cannot do such comparison.
You can also limit the conversation.
All right, go ahead.
Yeah, you can't limit the conversation. I think I get the right for make my opinion as it is, and what I think is right, what I think is wrong. What we discover establish here is one common thing we and what I establish is yes, EDSA do have challenges, and the fact is I don't establish them for say. In all of them challenges we get, we don't make strides for ensure say we surmount the challenges. And key of them challenges we are an evacuation problem. The one where they say sometimes they like to come on and off. Now sometimes it can be corrosion. Corrosion can happen. Those are minor technical problems we bound to happen, and not to EDSA they make it happen. For instance, if you get line with the one going to use, then you get rust which is on the line there. It creates corrosion. It creates limitation for let you get total power supply. So we are not magicians. I can always stop say we can always encourage the customers therefore say if you experience, for instance, Mr. Magabe say if they experience some problems now in place. But I mean, I don't know if you call anybody now it's but I know how we have done it. But I can talk say as individuals, we bound forget sectional problems now with houses, now with communities. But what is important is now I make we as EDSA what we do is if we're gonna Godgish, we get substation, you're gonna Buffets, we get all the communities, we get why we get a station data for ensure say customer them whether they face challenges for access to electricity because of sectional problems, then get the opportunity to come to that station and make them report, and we team go there and rectify them, because some of the problems they want to some people they experience for 1 day, 2 days, 3 days, and sometimes 1 into 2 weeks. Now minor problems, if only reported, then it can be easy for the woman and go and check them and resolve them.
All right, therefore, continue for the program. No bring in Mr. Mara. You don't listen to Sanepo. You don't explain lots of challenges where EDSA they get. And at some point, he agree with you. And he said that they make strides. With all of the strides that we are, where EDSA don't they tell we repeatedly, enough for solve the electricity problem. And your article, you not just talk about the blackout, you also mention low voltage. That way means if you can give lights, if you need power, anything.
Yes, absolutely. I mean, I just quickly, when we talk about South Africa, just pull up within the generation capacity from all land sources. You know, we self get similar mix of, you know, not just Bumbuna, car power. So this article, they tell me, say, according to the Ministry of Mineral Resources and Energy, South African electricity generation capacity from all land sources now 58,000 megawatts. 58,000 megawatts. It's phenomenal. I think that in just the BN, if I'm not sure, not just Egypt and the BN in terms of generation capacity on the continent. Right? So for managing in and out of this world business for Salon. But also, I think what we need to recognize now that we have to accept the fact that there's been an energy downhill. It deteriorates. We have to accept the fact, say, at some point, remember then 2012 leading up to then 2018, if people like Freetown don't solve the energy crisis. But also I can tell politicians and say, una facade, you know, they last long. We want to come with quick fixes, you know, they last long. So similarly, when they come with cow power, we all may get a feeling day towards the election, say electricity they can 24 hours. But we're no politician. They don't come pay for 6 months. Give them lights. After 6 months now, we don't plunge into crisis. But more importantly, the SLPP party being recognized the cow power not to a long-term solution. Then campaign on that day. People then buy, you know, the message and then vote them into office. We're not considering the 60 of governance who they talk about challenges. No. In the 60 of governance, una projection, no say una customer base no go down triple or double from 200,000 to 400,000. No. So again, that's the frustration with we. Because once see all the energy projects here we talk about, in 6 years you cannot roll them out. We talk about 100 megawatts. We'll see other countries them where they compete internationally. Then they generate thousands of megawatts. So I don't think so we get excuses, and EDSA not get excuses anymore. And what's frustrating now, that it's a no homes, it's about communities now, not just individual homes. Where lights come, now phone nobody able charge. That is unacceptable. That is clearly unacceptable. We're not going to say, we say in 6 years, we're not able to change the lines, all the distribution lines. We cannot say that. So again, it comes down to the fact that EDSA gets them not just the challenges, but also not get the will. They not get the readiness for solving electricity crisis.
Are they being diplomatic with the whole issue? Because when you ask Nepo just now, they said the political will day, because the president is now the acting minister of energy. That's one thing where they should say they have the political will. Now promise to the president, but don't make any of the work towards.
No, I think to be honest, the fact that the president and the minister of energy says a lot about the energy sector. It means the president himself don't get so frustrated, you know, let me self-consider and know what they happen. So again, it tell you say a lot of challenge, not just challenges, but also.
We make people still struggle. Every day you ask EDSA, they go give you excuses. They go tell you say, oh, people let see flights, oh, we work on them, but improvements not it. Also, you think that they get them wrong?
Fundamentally, two things for me. One, I sure say way politicians and they sit down and write a manifesto to them. They need to sit down with technocrats. Then they go write them beautiful English the way they sell. So things like with the carry a store, things like say they pay beaucoup money, etc., etc. So people will understand the energy crisis and the deep-seated problems. They need to consult with them. So then they make them lofty promises here where they get citizens really excited and want to vote for them. Once they take governance now, they're not really able to confront the problems because of the priorities them with some other things that we didn't give priority over electricity. And you and I know, say, if you look at the wage bill now, it's going up and up. So if we just know, say, the electricity we want for solve within a time, we can focus electricity. So I think, say, quite clearly, political will not be, right? Because obviously people away day before in governance, they know we get low voltage, obviously. Now that may quite recently we see, say, power outage take place at Kenema, EDSA come out with an apology.
You can't so down,
yes.
Mr. Mara.
Yes.
But if my memory serve me right, sometime back inside April, leading to the Independence Day, massive blackouts within a free time, outcry be there all over na social media. The pressure be there on the current, by then the current energy minister, Alhaji Kanja Sisi. Everybody they shouting him na the social media. All of a sudden, the minister resigned from his position. Also, the president take up the mantle, say in a Minister of Energy. He bring back another deputy minister, adding to the current deputy will be dealt Alhaji Kanja. Recently, he add Alhaji Kande Kole Yunkela in portfolio, where literally in the lead the energy sector. With all them changes there, I don't know if that they never be referred to say that they make strides. Any difference done then at the energy sector?
No,
Khadija,
let me say a few things. So firstly, that every period, I mean, gets me party when we come overseas, we suffer. At the first time, I decide for go solar, right? And I say this because, you know, by grace of God, I'm privileged. But other people are not get solar at all. But also, let's be honest. We think, say, that action of the president was perhaps a little late. If you campaign on the promise for restore electricity from day one, now if we don't set up the infrastructure then they and leadership for solve the energy crisis, it's not what we get to you 6th year, right? So then dramatic changes, they were needed, yes, but again it tell you, say, our politicians can be very, very distant from the promises. Because if you campaign on the fact that electricity in Awala on day one, now if they assemble then kind minds here for solve the problem.
You agree, say President be aware of them challenges there? The light problem?
I think so. I mean, the lights don't go so bad. I think, say, even government people and self affected.
Because I just want to say, instead don't suffer from that. It didn't parliament reading speech, lights go.
Yes, absolutely.
So if they are aware, it is suffer like how we the citizen they suffer. Why you think say not take actions?
No, aware no means say they suffer like how citizens suffer.
No, they read national TV.
Yeah, but that's parliament. We never don't be say na. You know, president's lodge lights go, or then they 2 weeks and not get lights and say, or then transformer blow. Right? In a government, yes, sir. In a government, the citizens they forgive priority. But I think say the focus now and for just make sure say politicians are comfortable. The rest of we now they no one know but we. Right? If we get instances, I know say for example you building they go to months, they don't even get lights. Right? So then they tell you, say, then key institutions, who say citizens and they work for push with democracy. If they know they give them priority, it tells you a lot about leadership. It tells you a lot about the governance, now the electricity sector as well. So whereas I agree with you, say the president go no, but in all of this, if you put them in perspective, it will tell you, say, that political will they not been there. It was largely absent for the last 6 years. And no say them mindset where they assemble, now perhaps the best of a mindset. Dr. Yunkela, you know, the deputy minister 1, UNICEF deputy minister 2, these are brilliant minds. And then, of course, Andrew Kiley as chairman of the board. So all these are amazing minds. But imagine if you don't assemble them minds here on day one. Right? Because already they talk about so, they are not new. Under the APC government, the last 10 years, we were able them. The fact that evacuation a problem, distribution lines, primary substations, and Oboku. Where are some of them problems here? Because I don't sit in a meetings and we don't discuss them over and over and over again. But again, it comes back to priorities. Sometimes, if you go down Connaught, you see, say, I don't know for now, but I've been there a few times in the course of this year, lights they go. It's the one that say we get key places and where lights not for go.
You see, at some point, even a doctor or during come out to beg the nation for letting them get a generator because picking them they die.
Absolutely. So it tells you a lot about the lack of political will. You see now other. No. Let me just say this, sir. You see now other programs, other initiatives, where something and a minimal effect on governance. They see the boku money where government they spend. Whereas you get key institutions like this. And that really angered me when I saw that apology. Believe you me, when I first read it, I said, no, they come off from EDSA. This and then social media mischief them. I said, no, this EDSA not go pull out notice there. Because EDSA know the number of people picking the way they don't die in an ICU, where they don't die by virtue of the fact that electricity. One body in a doctor, he say any terror lights go, outside the walk, he they butu it, he they no say then he can shout, say possibly can die. Every day she goes back home depressed.
Let me just bring Nepo in. We'll talk about priority areas. We go bring Nepo in shortly for can talk about then at EDSA because until how we see them from the public, their own perception might be different. Shortly we can bring Nepo like and tell we how then they prioritize for gay lights. Let me just take this short commercial break.
It's a brand new song for our customers. Where they bank with us all over the universe.
Save small and win big. UBA, they celebrate 75 years of better banking service. And na salon, the bank done there for 15 years now. This na big celebration and we want give back to we wonderful customer them. We don't make we business go find one for the past 75 years with the UBA Savings Legacy promo. Save small and get your own share upon this 350,000 loans. 30 customer them go get the chance for win cash prize every quarter. Just put 2,000 loans and above na your account. And the more you put 2,000 and above na your account, na the more you go increase your chance for win more. No wait to kapu the chance now. Your legacy starts today. The draw them go happen inside September and December 2024. Join UBA for celebrate 75 years of excellence. UBA, Africa's global bank.
Money in my pockets, I'm what I want correct. Customer service, the excellence. Now that's make with the top, now the continent.
Liberty Online TV, the 1 year this November, and you know what's in that mean.
And throughout the month of November, na celebration period. And as you know, na time way for coming and support Liberty Online TV for continue for doing work.
And the way how we go support Liberty Online TV for continue for the online, now for send we you support.
Now for send we you support through the orange money number where you see on the screen and the other bank details them as way for make we continue for do we work. This na Liberty Online TV, 1 year celebration. Na Liberty Online TV, all voices count.
Liberty.
You are watching Liberty Breakfast Show on Liberty Online TV.
This is Liberty Online TV powered by Orange Sierra Leone. Orange.
All right, we still continue the breakfast show where they come to you live from Liberty Online TV. Today we look at the Electricity Distribution Authority, EDSA, the service them within they give to people, especially in Afriton. And if you don't follow the conversation, we get one democracy pro-activist and lawyer, when Augustine, so you say Mara Esquire, where don't they pull several articles, them talk about the challenges where citizens and they get, especially with EDSA. And also we get the director of communication communications from EDSA. We na sa Nepo ide with when at the studio. Nepo, they come back to you, but quickly because Mr. Marawan left let we just come to the issue where you tweet about, say you not even believe where you first see the press release say coming from EDSA apologizing to the First Lady, we like to go because they be in a radio station na Kenema. You say where you first see, you feel say a joke until later you notice say na reality na EDSA pull that press release apologizing to the First Lady. Waiting bad if EDSA apologized to the First Lady, it didn't have a radio and like to go para.
So Kaja, I mean, let's be very clear. Ordinarily, it would not have been an error of judgment, right? But again, you have to look at it in the context of other things. Me and you to talk about periods that we don't go. We talk about communities that we don't day without lights for so long. We talk about household and we now low voltage and they get. Right? So all of them things and they persist for so long. And when I saw that apology, you know, my first reaction at that, no, I can't believe this, right? That citizens and they go through so much in the hands of EDSA, and EDSA would single out just one citizen for apologize to that citizen there. And I made it very clear that, you know, we all get for respect the First Lady. She's the wife of the Fountain of Honor. Now we president, the same respect we give to the president, we need for give to him wife. So I'm not invite anybody for this respective First Lady, right? And you know, I said to one of my friends, out of courtesy, if things say lights go off, we not get leadership, and if we phone the First Lady, say, well, you know, we apologize so on the phone. But for let's put out a public statement to one person, we need to put out public statement to 10,000, 20,000, 200,000, and now perhaps 400,000 customer base. When they go through crisis and when I don't plunge them in darkness, they should say, they show some priorities in there. They should say, as far as we are concerned, we just want to make the politician then smile and they're okay. The rest of we now, we can figure out we safe. And then they show the direction of EDSA. So as far as EDSA concerned, then their own service and dedication and empowering a politician or politician with them. Right? We come to the ordinary citizens, we know they get apology. Right? And me no member. I not say them go put notice and say, oh, we get outage and something no happen, etc. But for letting them come out and apologize for the low voltage all this while, I have not seen it. For letting them come out and apologize, say, we're sorry, we apologize to her. But if you look at the release again, they don't forget about apology, oh, we they support union, gender-based violence campaign, etc. Right? We think, say, you know, institutions. No, let me just. More importantly for me, now the fact that we cannot transform public institutions into praise singing machines. No, they don't exist. They exist for check the excesses of government. They exist for promote with democracy. They exist for provide service. EDSA their own business are for giving, now for distribute electricity where they don't generate. Now EDSA not get nothing for do with sexual and gender-based violence, right? They not get nothing for do that.
So right, exactly. So Nepo, according to Mr. Mara, a phone call would have been enough to the First Lady rather than the press release where you pull, you go ahead, you play singam in the words of Mr. Mara, say una they support gender-based violence and all of that. So,
firstly, if we read Mr. Mara in tweet on that particular press release, there's a sentence we, in my own estimation, defeats the whole tweeting. The reason being is this.
Which sentence?
We talk for say, we know one day apologize to the general public, and if we don't apologize to the general public, then we have the grounds for we also apologize to the. Let me make the statement. It will be making submission. There was no interruption, so let me clarify some of the things that we make, please. So, for me, we have evidences of press releases hold on pool where we get issues around the country, not just Freetown, but even the private. We don't apologize to the general public. We don't apologize to hospitals. We don't experience power outages and to people. So, if in your submission, it talks if and only if we don't apologize to people, then there is a basis for also apologize to the First Lady. Then that closes that argument for me. So one thing we are going to make very clear here is, yes, of course, what happened at the studio during the radio interview of Her Excellency the First Lady, we acknowledge the fact, now we agreed, now we fail. We acknowledge the press release for the problem came from us. So for me, in a professional press release, once you don't apologize, once you don't acknowledge the problem is from your end, then the next thing you should do is to apologize for that problem, which we've been doing. It's not new. We have evidences to that. Mr. Brown, a lawyer, after here, if he wants, I will forward some of them press releases them to him for making it sound for this is not the first time we don't apologize. So also, he also talked on the fact that we are working for politicians. We are not. I mean, that's not, I don't know how we describe that particular statement, but I want to make it very clear, in the provision of electricity, we now map out certain categories of people we forget light, and certain categories of people we don't forget light. So as we sit on Bathurst Street now, light in Bathurst Street, not to only Liberty TV get light. All the other houses them, now this Bathurst Street, they get light. We now go and pick, this person forget light, this person forget light. And I for make you know, make Mr. Marano say, where would they operate the national grid when there is availability of power? Every Sierra Leone they get power. If we get total outage, every Sierra Leone experience total outage, not just for now this section of person they go out of power, so this person they ever go out of power, we not get that kind of operation. And also, Adikam, and also, Mr. Mara, we also have priority areas. We can, if you want, I will give statistics for that. And even the doctors now, Oladorin, now Connaught, then they talk directly. We have priority areas. Even if we want to do maintenance, now like areas where they are around Connaught, we can ensure Connaught is up and running. Nobody know the touch Connaught. The only thing we're gonna make Connaught experience power outage. Now, if we get total outage, not a national outage, at the camp, you can verify it. I mean, this not to because we see on a TV. I mean, there are a lot. So let's tell you.
That doctor,
not after doctor. I don't even talk about the doctor in your place. I'll tell you about Connaught now. If you go, let's tell you. If you go na Connaught and other hospitals, we are very critical hospitals. We also get representations and they as EDSA for say when there are problems. Let we know so that we rectify them immediately. Can go and verify. So I have to make it clear for whenever we want for do any maintenance around yonder areas we very close to hospitals, because as we map in the show, hospitals now one area and we know they take off just like that, even if we do national maintenance. So we know so it's about also the CBD. CBD, even we also not CBD get light. We not. There are times we can experience underground problems, cable problems. Now the CBD get different intersection points. So if we get problems now underground, we just, for safety reasons, Mr. Mara, if we have underground problems, we no go energize the line. Why is the mandate work for ensuring to rectify the problem? So what we normally do is, if there's an underground problem, even if there's an overhead problem, line problem, we can take off lights on that particular section of the area for ensuring once maintenance and the repairs they go on, we staff them safe for ensuring them solve that issue and restore power supply.
And it cause low voltage?
No, not to low voltage. I talk about, again, I can't to low voltage.
Yes.
The issue of low voltage, let me make it very clear. I begin to talk on an earlier on, but you stop me. One of the challenges what they experience, we make people that they get low voltage in our communities. But as I tell you now, as we sit here, we don't launch a campaign, and I don't talk on our so I can forget. Khadija, maybe so I can forget. I don't can specifically on low voltage. What we are doing in Samara is this. One, we have transformers within our communities. For instance, if a community will establish the want power supply, they will come to EDSA, they make the request for say we want power supply in this community. We they send we plan in units, man, and they go to that community, then do a survey and know how many pole require, how many transformer require, what's the KVA and all of that. The megawatts, so they require everything. Then do they present them to management. Management approve, then they can go ahead and do and so the connectivity. So once that is done, what now we experience over time, Mr. Maya, is that we get additional people and they construct houses, recreational facilities within communities where they connect on the grid without knowledge. So once they connect on the grid, then they reduce on the output of the transformer, and they also give pressure. They add pressure on the functionality of the transformer, where at times it even cause transformer for blow off. At times it can also cause transformer to get fuse problems. So at times it even make the transformer in oil they reduce, where will cause fire outbreak. So what thing we don't do as an authority, because we don't identify that as a big challenge and we not the good and well to customers, then we don't establish teams of engineers and technicians. We get teams at the far east, at the CBD, and at the far west. As we speak, then they out at the street, then they go host by host, transformer by transformer. They check double line. We call them double line, but some customer they call them private line. But we don't tell them, say you don't have a right for run private line on EDSA's infrastructure. Once, if you want to do that, you get for revert to EDSA and make an application for approval. So because they draw line on the transformer, then they reduce on the output of the transformer, and then they constrain the transformer. What they create people, they get dim light, then they get low voltages. So once, if you go to communities, I mean, people they listen to me, people they don't experience they will attest to the fact that our guys have gone to places, to their houses, they don't remove double line connections in the area, and it's massive in the city. So, and it's ongoing, and we're not going to stop at nothing. And for I even have a press release. I'll show you that we don't pull out for ensure say we want members of the public for say you don't have any rights for infrastructure, and there will be a time we'll get to cut-off point. If you do them again, then we'll take legal actions against.
With that being said, let me go back to the apology we want to do this BNTM to the First Lady. Like you indicate earlier, you seen a thing where EDSA don't do to everybody, and according to to the first time this one they apologize. How many times EDSA don't apologize to people and when I don't point property them, houses they don't burn, where people they say that EDSA like to do all of that. How many times when I don't apologize to people and for the continuous damage here when I don't cause
I can always say this is a platform we are in. We they come, we they educate, we they inform, and to a larger extent entertain people. And I believe it is also very important that in the conversation, let there be some what we call sincerity in the conversation.
It's a question.
So let there be sincerity. Why make I say that one day now? Because you ask a question where you already know the answer. You are a social media person. You then have several media platforms of which I am also part of. You don't see press releases so don't pull many times. You don't see at the camp, you don't see public notices so don't pull many times. Apologizing to members of the public for issues that would happen, we get to do with electricity. If you think say you don't see them, we may not say you don't see them. And I can tell Mr. Maya, I can forward him to him. Now a lawyer, let him watch him, or I can sell.
House A, House B, lights go on a property, then point we are sorry. Just please kindly
I think maybe they say now don't single out as a citizen.
Let we display her now. Let we display the public see, because you don't
not single-handedly put a press release on that issue.
So I tell you,
that's not the point.
You say, Mr. Barra, you are a lawyer, and I want to make it very clear to them. This now, who can get it wrong? You don't ask EDSA and the ministry who have a press release on that.
So
you cannot see. I'm not the workout time. You can I'm not the workout time. You can't. If you, Mr. Mara.
Yeah.
I personally will forward them to you.
Okay.
So
I will tell you for fact. No, wait for me.
Because you asked for us to be sincere.
No, yes.
So can you just forward one?
So why I say for me sincere? You've seen many of those press releases. You've read many of those press releases. But you're here telling the people, you're not to me because I know you've seen it. But say, you never see press release. We EDSA they apologize to members of the public.
They pick out issues.
So we are not. I think we're not fighting here. We state the fact, and all what we do is, they demystify assertions. We're not correct.
Okay, let's just send hi in your WhatsApp so
yeah,
them go pop up
we're not correct. You don't need to send hi to me. I get your number. No, escalate this issue when you know the solution.
Not dwell on this too much. Quickly, we'll bring.
I mean, or is it because let me get very clear. Or is it because it's the first lady? No,
nobody knows.
I'm coming. We had apologized.
You cannot bring this.
No, so what I'm saying,
it could be unfair.
It also unfair.
No, it could be unfair on we as you colleagues.
So it also unfair to me and EDSA for letting know the fact that we have not
we cannot take that.
We don't apologize to members of the public.
Not so because na the first lady. Una dey so now we need them as citizens pay you.
We have
right for answer to anything we get for do with EDSA.
We made
and also we get issues with that.
And kindly ask because you claim so don't do and let me just share let the public see. Perhaps when I do the people they don't know. So simple as that. Just forward we show the people on the screen.
What do you want to forward?
Someone I don't single-handedly pick out.
What do you mean by single-handedly?
People from the public
I'm talking
a citizen.
So, Mr. Maya,
this apology.
So, Mr. Maya,
this apology not to one person.
So you don't necessitate the apology, first of all. So let me make it very clear. If Mr. Maya, you have an incident that you host, we now EDSA create the issue that you host. We are not magicians. Now you face the problem that you host. We believe that the right thing to do, as Mr. Mara, is for you to contact EDSA and make a report for say, hey EDSA, I think I don't experience
so
one thing.
So the first lady.
I am still talking. I don't know it. So you see, you want to be sincere. You say I'm not just to you. So you also want for me unjust to me.
Go ahead.
So let's allow me for land. What are the no, pick the word out of my mouth.
Okay.
Land very clear in my submission.
Okay,
Let me take responsibility for what I am saying.
Okay.
Please. So what I discovered for establish here is we office na Kenema get this report for say there was an outage.
What report?
We have offices na provincial area.
No,
I think office. I don't know if say that report. I think office na Kenema. They get radio stations. Of course, we want to say Her Excellency not get that time they for take phone begin cause we don't experience outage now. We office because we office the radio station call the office and report say we don't experience an outage during this conversation. We man and go then do a survey. Then discover say now one party fuse and the transformer now the feeder now it blow off. And I make them very clear that the press release will say that this is not the problem will happen. We fix the problem in like 10 minutes. We restore power, which we've been doing for all other areas. When problem can occur, once we know for say this problem will occur, we go and fix that. So for me, and I take responsibility for that. If we don't acknowledge the fact, say the problem occur because of a blown off fuse from us, and we rectify, the next professional thing to do now for apologize for what thing happened, and we don't apologize not because of it's not kind of but even to members of the public,
so
even to hospitals, everything.
They apologize to.
No, we can't apologize to. It depends to the gravity of your problem.
Okay, like you simple example, like when Mr. Maradi now studio now, so light go off a complaint at the substation and I'm going to apologize to an account to the first.
So I can tell you. I mean, Mr. Maradi will just. She don't studio, they pray for the light go off so that you not get advantage over me. Yeah? No. So I advantage over me. So I follow and see we agree. Just imagine for how many we're not there for more than an hour, Mr. Mara. But see, light there. Light not even blink. Light not even blink. So that they tell you, which I tell for establish here is I mean, beyond and above all our things, we have, as Mr. Mara also accept, we have professionals at EDSA. We get engineers, we get technicians, and I will make it very clear. You also mentioned some of the new briefs that we don't add up to the existing briefs in EDSA. Thinking of the board chairman, Dr. Inkela, and all of that. So currently, EDSA is in a state of reform. I will tell you that if we're going to EDSA right now, we get several reforms. Of course, when I was on back on social media yesterday or 2 days ago, where the Danish group don't come. They make a very class. Danish group don't come for help EDSA. We got Deloitte. They also do a lot of reforms for look at the technical
we'll bring you come back for talk about the reform. Then quickly, Mr. Mara, listening to the director of communications for EDSA, it don't justify in reasons then why him be issued that because na write na signature lady. Why he be issued that press release to the first lady. You agree with in justification?
No, I think just my final comment on this. I think I mean, we not push on too much, but I think very, very clear we don't ever get a precedent right? Maybe me not be non see them public apologies then, not just then general outages then, right? But I never don't see a situation where they don't single out a citizen and apologize. And me to know say Boku died and not happen, where people and very, very clear say now it's a light go 9 days thing happen. We'll not ever see instances in which they pull out press releases, single out a citizen, right? And I think I don't know who that complain, but I'm not sure that the first lady been complained to then say lights go during the interview and then etc. And this is what I have said about institutions and not for become I hate for use the word, but institutions are not for become sycophants. You can do your work all over this world. I mean, if you, in the best of intention, lights go, right? You would be very, very sure, say, na circumstance na happen where lights go. But me never don't see that precedent where then single out a citizen and apologize because of an incident where EDSA been get. I mean, the news of the forms and EDSA welcoming, but again, as a citizen, we don't follow the electricity crisis for too long. I am not very excited because believe you me, when they roll out them plans here prior to 2018 during the campaigns, you will imagine saying 6 months, electricity will be a thing of the past. We're now in the 6th year of governance, and virtually not the same thing they happen. Right, so again, then I think you refer to somebody who will say, oh, we begin sue EDSA. For the first time in my life during this crisis, I bought a book from one of the leading human rights activists in Nigeria on electricity litigation. I don't begin with them. No ask me what I will do with them. But if you continue,
sue EDSA.
For the first time, I never buy electricity
you get a record for the take up some of them issues that I drag.
And the fact that I bought that book on electricity law for the first time, I begin to read them. No ask me what I will do with the knowledge.
Therefore, a lawsuit awaits you guys.
No, well, that's not what a statement they interpret. You see, they don't ask what you get for doing that. I mean, he's a lawyer.
I need the knowledge.
He can decide to edify his knowledge anytime, any day, any hour.
So
that not also.
Come back to you, Mr. Mara. Nepo say massive reform they happen at the energy sector. You see, if we go right now, you will see. I will say that works yard. We hopeful. You hopeful.
I therefore restrain me hope because I think this hope we don't get time from 2007, till date. The only thing I know say for example the MCC funds in dedication towards electricity, and I know say that fund say they get for utilize them because of all the safeguards around that fund. So I know say if all of them till they come in the mix, it will substantially help EDSA. But again, if we lack the political will, because not only for roll out infrastructure, but for manage them and sustain them. Because the Americans can spend $500 million on the electricity, they're not good there for manage infrastructure. If they turn them back, let me ensure we sustain them. And I like the mindset we did assemble. These are people who are passionate about electricity and they went and dedicated. And that's what I said. That maybe the hope say on day one of this regime, now then can people for don't man. Because people complain about Uncle Kanja for a long time. I mean, I want to paddy them daddy. I have absolute respect for him, right? But people complain over time. Say when they want to now say if some say them he signed a secret pact between Dr. Kanja Sisi and the president. That's where they see all this crisis. The man is still enjoying his job. Eventually, the president began for Yaidi cry, and then he take an action. You know, so far so good. Already at the AI bots, now not just quick fixes. Now for the first time, at the AI say the technocrats, then they go to the root cause and they unearth the problem. Because always what they do now how for negotiate with sense, with kappa. I get hope because of the people already lead, but I just sound the caution. So without the political will for sustain these reforms away at the pipeline, we go back to square one. Mind you, Dr. Yumkela don't say we need several $1 billion. So meaning what would they do so will be a step, but we need additional actions for sustain them. Right? So I mean that will be my last
quickly,
fine.
In 1 minute, we not get time, Nepo. In 1 minute, in the words of Mr. Mara, the technocrats, the way they don't align at the energy sector, and with all of the things the way you say reformed in the airport, should we go to bed with our hopes?
Certainly, yes.
Okay.
But also, I have to make something very clear. Electricity establishment not happen overnight, Mr. Mara. Check anywhere in the world. It will take time. If you want to bring 100 megawatts, you get benchmarks where you get for meet for ensure say you achieve them. So some things that we don't achieve now started in the days of Alhaji Kanja Sisi. I will make them very clear. When EBDD is set up some platforms for some developmental thing, then we now they become a reality.
Right.
Of course, we have new brains now, and I will tell you, the new brains added to the team, they are doing a great job. I will tell you, you've seen Kanye Yumkela, they go seek money for EDSA. Right now, we don't get Danish people in the local, we don't get, we get Tetra Tech, we get Deloitte, they are doing technical assessment, they are doing commercial loss assessment. Wow. But the fundamental problem, Mr. Mara, is, I will make it very clear, I know some people don't worry, some of the problems we EDSA faced with now, therefore do also with the public. Reason being is, we all know, I mean, we recently we do what we call TID rollover meter exercise. So I'm saying most of them are going to experience it. If you get meter, we're not even compatible, we're not asking for nothing, we go and change the meter. We don't change plenty meter or 14 at no cost.
So why am I to get this smart meter where they pick up the energy loss?
Now smart meters, I tell you, what they change now, we call them prepaid meters, not smart meters. In fact, some meters we get communications module where, for instance, the Director General of the Commercial Services Director will see in an office. Once you open that infrastructure, you will see issues that happen per the meter. In fact, that's you right now. If you give me a meter number, I will check on the system and know when last you recharge, when you not recharge, the period you not recharge, then we can even use and track it. So that is why one of the reforms that we
recharge because of the solar.
So one of the reforms that we did at EDSA is to go to call the revenue protection unit. The work of that unit is for ensuring then check now the system, we have a database, check customers who need to pay for electricity, go after them, charge them to court. In fact, sometimes you get several charges. We can charge you for AP, the energy losses, and also the state institute criminal actions against them. So my last talk to people now is, yes, of course we know EDSA is doing a lot for ensure say we bring lights now on our doorsteps. We know in all of this we are also faced with challenges of which we are. We get with planning department, we get with technical team, we work right around the clock for ensure say so the challenge that we think we control, we try for correct them.
All right.
Also,
thank you,
the one that we require political, we get political leaders who will work tirelessly for ensure then try for also resolve some of the problems. So that we'll be at a point where people will stop for cry for low voltage, people will stop for cry for other issues then. But also we want to encourage customers then. We don't hear you say EDSA get revenue problem for pay car power, for pay other IPPs. And the reason for that now because the customer then over 40 to 50% also the thief like no degree for pay the due to EDSA.
Right,
so we want to call on everybody, Nepo. If you know say they utilize power, pay your own due to EDSA. That's and then you get it right now. for call on EDSA when they do something we're not correct.
All right, thank you very much. Sanepo, in a Director of Communications, we did with we are this morning for respond to issues that we get for those EDSA, and also we will get Augustine Sorise Memara EDSA in a pro-democracy activist and a lawyer. Instead, been there with we they talk about an article where he writes and he title Ponder Our Lights, a new direction in blackout and low voltage. Many thanks, Mr. Mara. We join in the studio and can get conversation around issues them we surround EDSA. Princess Pierce Nine produced the program, Musa Saukoma, Emmanuel Mani Campbell, and Dennis Kamara, and then give technical support to the production team. Mina Khadija Bangodi say have a blessed day.
All right, till we meet again, Mabel Kabade say get a good day and goodbye.